Black love is something that needs to be really highlighted because it's not highlighted enough. You know, obviously you see black people when they have, you know, struggles and, you know, what the hardships they're going to, so you don't really get to kind of see genuine black love between people.
We're in love and we're black, and
right.
We know a lot of people like us that are in love and they're black.
Yep.
But we don't see ourselves anywhere when it comes to black love appreciation. So we wanted to create a show where we just highlight and appreciate black love in all of its forms. Really not all of its forms, but its alternative form or its LGBTQIA plus form.
I'm Christina Diamond, and
I'm Lex Money.
and we've been together 4 months going on.
12 years.
Definitely.
I'm Corey Diamond.
And I'm Nino B. And why you mad?
You know what I do.
We've been together. We've been dating for over a year and a half. We've probably been together for about 4 days or something. What
It's
you
been like
think?
a week or so, yeah.
I'm bad at shit.
Well, I'm Stevie D,
Henderson.
and we've been together for about 2 years now. Actually 2.5.
2.5.
2.5 years.
Well, my name is SJ.
And I'm Dewey, and we've been together for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
I'm SHABAZZ Malcolm Ingram, and this is
Anthony Irby
Junior.
Jr.
Okay.
And we've been together for a year and 8 months
Today. Look at that.
My name is Lizzie. Her name is TILA. And we've been together for 6 months.
Hi, my name is Joseph Watson,
I'm Jacquel Nicholson.
and we've been together for
3
months.
Well, I'm Hershie, aka the Hershie the Entertainer. We've been together for a year and a half. Year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is SHUN, and yeah, we've been together a year and a half.
I need you to get your math together.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Freshie.
Wait, you sound exactly like you're doing a YouTube thing.
I know. Well, I'm Freshie.
And I'm Lacie, and we've been together for a year today.
Yeah.
It's
It's crazy.
crazy.
This is our second go around. The first time we were together roughly about 8 months to, it was like what, 8 months, maybe a year, 8 months to maybe 12 months. We broke up, spent 10 years apart, and now this is round 2 to forever.
Yeah, it's the final.
It's the final chapter.
This is it.
So 12 years.
We met about a year and a half ago. And
It was like April or something like that.
oh, it was way before. You're right. It was
Yeah.
a couple months before we actually officially like kind of but we met and online actually. So
Well, I actually am a fan of choices. My friend put me onto the series, and I follow her on Instagram, of course. And I guess she followed me back.
it was crazy though. It was like I saw this. Like it was, I had a whole lot of bad bitches on my timeline, right? But then something about Corey just stuck out to me, and I'm like, "Who is this girl? Where'd she come from?" So I hit her up.
Right.
And I pretty much
Asked me to do a piece of artwork for you.
right.
And I did. So if we met in April, we linked up in like July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we met. It was actually a casting call. I was going auditioning for one of his shows that he was going for, and I was auditioning for a role. He actually had a boyfriend at the time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They just talked to somebody, and we didn't actually date until a year after we met. So I was a star on one of his shows, and then kind of went from there.
How'd you meet as far as like romantically? How did that happen?
I moved down from Chicago to Atlanta, and it just kind of happened like all of a sudden, right? It was like a.
Well, I was in the next relationship after that last relationship, and and I kind of knew, you know how you plan your exit, so I kind of knew it was over, and so I always thought like he was cute, like 'cause the first time when we met, I honestly didn't pay too much attention to him because I had just got through cussing out my boyfriend, and so like I was real angry that day, like it was a bad day. So I don't even remember his audition, but I remember him because he drove us from the audition place back to the hotel. So that's why I remember him, because I got in his car. And if it wasn't for that, I probably would have been over my head. But I always thought he was cute, whatever. But I usually don't try to like mess with talent or whatever. I'm attracted to people with talent, and so he was real talented or whatever. And so I don't know, I kind of had my target set. So when I was literally in Paris, I think I texted him when I was in Paris or whatever.
While he was the boyfriend at the time. I guess he was breaking up with him or whatever he was saying.
I had already knew it was over. And so I was trying to plan my exit or whatever, and whatever. And yeah, and I
it was kind of scandalous. It was really kind of scandalous.
Oh, it was very scandalous. I blame that part on him.
Oh wow. Okay. Whatever.
We actually met online. We met via the her app,
and she thought it was catfish. Literally, because my pictures were just too fabulous.
Yeah, because I felt like it was kind of like the commercial type. Like, hey, I'm just saying, some of these pictures were like, hey, this could be in an ad somewhere. Like,
I'm flattered.
But she slid in the DMs though.
I did.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you tell your story first. I want to see if you're going to tell an honest story. How do we meet, babe?
How do we meet? We actually didn't meet first. We kind of.
No, you kind of, but go ahead.
No, I wasn't DMing myself.
I never DM'd you. You were a stalker. Tell your story.
Anyhow, I was going to Pride every year, and I saw this particular beautiful specimen on these flyers, and I'm like, okay, this is somebody from Detroit. Let's go, rep. But I always fell asleep at the time that I was supposed to be meeting because
in Atlanta
shows were a little earlier than I expected. I'm a late person, so I never made it. And then there were a couple shows in Detroit, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. And I never made it. And then there's one particular time I was like, hey, I'm coming. And I text her, and she was like, yeah, whatever. And then she was like, hey, are you coming? And I was like, I'm here. And it took me like, we were in the same building, but it took me like maybe 30 minutes to get to her because I was kind of nervous. So I went up, seen her. She texted me again like, you're not here. So I went up, found her, and I stayed for about
10 minutes.
Okay, I was going to say 15, but 10. We hugged, took a picture, and I left. And that's when the DMing kind of started.
That was a cute version. What had happened was, her was stalking me, okay? And I wasn't paying her no attention. And I was dating somebody at the time, and we were actually coming out of it. And she came to see me at my show that night, and the person was there looking like top flight security in the world. I don't know if she knew that you were trying to bag me, but she was grilling you the whole night.
Oh yeah, she was there that night.
And then then we started talking, but every time we got on the phone, she was trying to
every time.
8 out of the 10 times we got on the phone, she was trying to make a bag, and I was like getting off the phone with her.
I was
like
complimenting you.
No, you was like, man, that. She was being inappropriate. And I would get off the phone with her, and I finally ended whatever was going on with whatever was going on, and she ended whatever was going on with her. And then we started talking, but we never really dated. we just started talking, and then we got engaged. I'll tell y'all that later. But I literally lived down the block, and she's like, "Hey, I'm moving. Come see my house." And it was walking distance. And I was like, "I should probably call the authorities. You're a stalker." That's kind of how we met. So
I signed the papers before I knew where you lived.
lies.
And when I discovered that it was in the same...
Literally down the block, walking distance. I was like, this girl's a stalker.
I wasn't moving, dude.
That's how we got together. So, yeah. And we've been together ever since. But we never dated. We just got engaged. So, I'll tell y'all that later.
Ooh. Okay, so the first time we met, her best friend was cheating with my girlfriend at the time, and she inboxed me on MySpace and told me that I was too fine to be cheated on. Do you remember that? I remember. Your face is like, oh shit, that was a long time ago. That's a long time ago. MySpace days. I remember. Yep. And we started talking. Like, we were texting, and then I remember going to Club Miami, and that was the first time meeting her in real life, and I was walking, and the light was behind me, and she told me that I looked like an angel. I remember that. This is like 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago.
I think only on Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, on Friday and Sunday.
Yeah.
You want me to tell the story? Because I always have to tell the story.
So we both got to answer the question.
Okay, well. We met on the little app called Jack. And, you know, I saw someone that was very good looking, and, you know, I hit him up. And, yeah, that's how we met.
Did I give you my number?
You did. It was like 1 or 2 o'clock
It was
in the
late.
morning. It was late. And
It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to be to work at 9.
Yeah.
And we was messaging back and forth. And I said, okay, I got to go to bed. And
you gave me your number.
And I gave you my number.
And then...
And when I woke up the next morning, hold up, I got to go. See, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
When we woke up the next morning, he texted me good morning.
I did.
And I was like, oh, shit. That was different.
Yeah, it was. And you know what else was different is that when I got off of work, he FaceTimed me. And I'm like, yeah, why are you FaceTiming me already?
Just out the blue.
Just out the blue. So
I didn't have time to waste.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, let's see what's going on. I don't have time.
So yeah, he FaceTimed me, and
yeah, he asked me, oh, when we gonna match? And I was like, when we gonna match? I don't care. So did you come over my house? He came over my house.
Came over your house.
And it was
And
late.
We made a promise that we wasn't going to have.
Before he came into my house, I said,
We're not
having sex.
We're not having sex.
I just want to let you know that. We're not.
He said it. I said, I promise. We're not going to have sex.
And I reiterated that.
Yeah.
Older and older and older and over again.
And we didn't have sex.
And we did. So you came over there and you know, you got in the bed and stuff. And we had kissed or whatever. And it was like real electric.
Yeah.
And I was like, do that again. And we kissed again.
Yeah.
And we went to sleep. And he was snoring. And I was up. And I woke up the next day. I went to work. He went to work. And we've been together ever since that day. Literally.
Every day.
Since that day.
We kind of met at Pride.
It was after Pride, after the parade, and we both was in the park. I just was casually about to leave the park, and one of my friends had called me over, and guess who was sitting next to him?
Yeah, because my feet was hurting. I was tired of walking, so I had to sit down for a little bit.
Yes.
Well, I first seen her at the club performing, but I was in a relationship at the time, and I ain't say nothing.
Okay, so the first time or like
the first time.
So originally we met at a friend of ours, writers networking event. It was like a networking workshop, really. I mean, a writing networking workshop.
Independent filmmakers workshop.
But just for the writers. No, it wasn't, because there were some people that wrote books that were there.
You're right.
So it was a writers networking workshop, and we originally kind of
cross paths.
Yeah, we didn't really meet. Like there was no, oh hey, I'm Freshie, oh hey, I'm Lacie, handshake type of thing. We just kind of all became familiar with each other there, and then we exchanged social media accounts, but it wasn't like, oh here, take my phone and add me to your Instagram.
It was just everybody passed their phones around.
Yeah,
that's it, and then you got it back at the end.
And then I guess, is that when you realized you followed me?
I think I was hoping that you followed me. Actually, I remember when you had my phone, so I was glad you had it. So that means that you followed yourself on my phone. So I was cool after that.
Look, you guys, I was stressed. So we were like all in a circle, and we've never talked about this moment before.
No.
So we were all in a circle, and we were like passing phones around, basically, and just adding ourselves, whatever. And like our businesses, pages, and like our show pages. Anyways, I was trying so hard to like keep an eye on my phone just so I could know like if she got it, and somehow like I lost it. Like I could no longer keep an eye on my phone, so I was just like, oh, did she follow me? And then I checked later to see if she followed me, and she did.
I saw her have my phone. I knew that she followed herself on my phone, so I was cool with that. But yeah, that's when we first encountered each other.
Yeah.
For real.
Was that your way of hitting on me? Tell me that I look like an angel?
I think that was my way, yeah.
I think I blushed because I was like, oh, she's cute.
Yeah, I didn't want to sweat her because she kind of sent me off a little bit through the inbox. You did.
I did curve you.
Yeah, so
hard. It wasn't purposely, but you got to think about it. Like, I'm already in a relationship, and then here comes this random person inboxing me telling me that my girlfriend's cheating on me, and then I was too fine to be cheated on. Yeah, but I had no clue. So I had no clue I was being cheated on, and then here you come telling me, and I'm like, oh, you're a hater. I think I called you a hater.
I think you probably did call me a hater, but I wasn't. Actually, because my friend did not know. So my friend's feelings were hurt also. So.
She was ugly. She didn't matter. And this was before screenshots, because I think you took a picture of a phone with a phone and sent the picture to me. Ooh, man, iPhone has fucked up a lot of relationships.
Or people have fucked up relationships.
That too. She was a hater, though.
I don't feel like I was hating. I felt like I was helping my friend because her feelings were hurt. So why wouldn't I?
Okay, so were you really trying to talk to me, or were you just...
No. Initially, it was like, oh, you hurt my friend's feelings. I'm going to have sex with your bitch. Like, those were...
I believe you.
So,
Are you and your friends still friends?
No, we're not. We're cool, though. Like, I guess... Like, I don't talk to her, but there's no beef or anything. We just...
Did I give you some butt?
We just were away. Yeah, you did. Of course you did.
I didn't give you butt right off the bat.
No. Couple meetings.
I think I made you wait.
Basically, I just kept it really casual. Hi, how are you doing? I wasn't looking for anything serious per se, but apparently, here we are right now.
Because it was like, we messaged maybe like on a Monday. We ended up meeting by that Friday. And we pretty much been inseparable since.
Lesbian, typical.
Yeah.
It just depends on if you call that hitting on somebody. I said, yo, your artwork is nice.
You was real nice too.
But that okay, I could be nice though, like
real nice.
Like how nice was I? Like that's crazy.
Nice
I don't really feel like I was hitting. You felt like I was hitting on you?
A little bit.
And yeah,
that's why I talk back. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you wasn't.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
You hit on me first. You messaged me. You inboxed me.
I did. I was shocked that he even, responded. And it was, like I said, it was late. So, when you have other ideas in your head and what you're looking for, but something else.
I want to hear from
something else happens. And here we are.
What had happened was
Tell me, honey.
I think you know how you flirt to like just see how far they go. You plant the bait. So I planted the bait.
Flirted with me first.
I planted the bait. He took it. So then when that other relationship was ending, and let me say this, that relationship only lasted a week. But when it was ending, we talked a little bit while I was in Paris, and when I got back, all of a sudden I got a call. And it was like, oh, are you home? And I was like, yeah, I'm at home. He was like, I'm about to come over. So I was like, okay. But the scandalous part is me and the other guy, we had broken up by then. But he was at the house because he was from Oklahoma. So his flight wasn't until like another 5 or 6 days. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, whatever, I didn't think nothing of it. But he came over we chilled for a minute. And then like, he was just like, oh, I'm going to go take a shower. And I was like, and so the ex was there.
I just came from the gym and I just wanted to take a shower. And, that point I felt like, it's already over. I mean, I'm already here and,
And it wasn't that he had never taken a shower there before because a lot of the guys, they come over whatever. I'm real laid back or whatever. So it wasn't like it was
nothing new.
But it was just weird because
we were already
the
talking.
ex was there and I was like, oh, it's about to go down. So we were watching Pearl Harbor, all three of us, and then my ex got tired and sleepy and was like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. So he went to the bedroom to go to sleep. And we was watching Pearl Harbor.
I don't even remember that movie.
We wasn't watching Pearl Harbor. Some things happened, and then they got taken to the guest bedroom.
So Pearl Harbor is very meaningful for us.
Don't tell your story. I wasn't paying no attention.
I wasn't hitting on anyone. I just think that you're beautiful, and I was just complimenting. They were compliments. None was inappropriate. I didn't say anything nasty or anything.
Because I wouldn't let you.
That's...
She definitely hit on me first. I was definitely not paying her any attention. I actually did not want to be in a relationship at all.
Compliments is not hitting.
Definitely. I didn't even notice you. You were a stalker. That's okay, baby. I noticed you now.
Ram in the bush.
He hit on me first.
I could have sworn you hit on me first. It was a mutual thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was.
I actually was going to talk to him about some stuff as far as my cable bill because it was high as shit.
And I work at Comcast in the promotions.
And I wanted to talk to him about it, and then we exchanged numbers. And when we exchanged numbers, he sent me a text saying, I'm attractive. And I said, you are too.
I hit on her first. She went in, like, she had followed me on Instagram. I had on phone and cut like 5 times. And then, like, she followed me on the gram. And I was looking at her story. And I DM'd her. And it went from there.
So a couple of weeks later, we were on Instagram. And I'm, posting little... I'm posting thirst traps, and they were...
She got me! She got me! She posted this beautiful photo talking about someone waiting for my spouse at the door like, ow. Yeah, I remember. That red.
Yeah. And then she DM'd me. No, and then she commented.
Yeah,
and
so I had to comment very strategically, though. So, like, while we were at this event, I stated that I was...
engaged.
Yeah, so, she didn't think I was being just an asshole for real, even though she still felt like I was being one. Anyways, I wanted to be clear. So, when she posted the picture and I was no longer in a relationship, I was like, how do I do this if I know that she thinks that I'm in a relationship?
Right.
Like, how do I shoot my shot without seeming like a player or whatever?
Right.
So instead of putting like the heart eyes emojis, I put some other random ones. And then I made a comment under it and was like, she'll be a lucky spouse or whatever. And
even still, I saw that as like I was like, let me just like it or whatever, because I'm not trying to like offend any of my fellow creators, but I was like, what? Like, you're in a whole live relationship. Get out of here. Oh, I was so turned off. And then I think she inboxed me.
She commented back. and was like, I think so too. And then at that moment, I was like, all right, bet, let me go ahead and explain myself in the DMs. So I immediately went to DMs and I told her, because she was like, I thought you were in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought you was with the bitch you brung with you. Like, da-da-da. So we talked about that, and we talked for like 12 hours.
Yeah. That's how we met.
Yeah.
And then she came to visit me.
The next day.
The next day. And then 3 days later it was like, I'm trying to U-Haul here.
I didn't say U-Haul. I said
I
I never want to. I never want to leave you.
She U-Hauled.
Because I only came for like
lesbian.
that one like day or whatever. But then I came and I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay another day. I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay another day, which ended up being like Valentine's Day. And then that's when I came back and I was like, I really don't think that I want to be without you. Be without you, babe.
That's nice.
That.
I was ready way before he was ready. I asked him about 5 times before he even said yes.
To be my boyfriend. He asked me one time and I was like, what?
Yeah.
To be a boyfriend. I was like,
I kind of knew that this was, you know, somebody that was legit, had something going for themselves, really wanted to be somebody, go somewhere, do all those things. And I was like, yeah, I want him to be my boyfriend.
Me, on the other hand, I was like, I don't know. We're going to have to keep going a little bit to let me know.
And see, he's been in Atlanta, so I was new to Atlanta. I just moved from California, so it was kind of like, I know who I am. I don't know how y'all roll in Atlanta.
Meanwhile, I've been dating in Atlanta, and
it's been a lot.
It's trash.
I mean, I had a
basically,
few, one or two.
Because I was not here for it, and I even told my best friend, I was like, girl, I don't know. And he was like, just go with it, you know, see what's going on. I was like, well, girl, I've been going with it over and over and over and over and over again. But it felt different. This time it did feel different. I didn't really question it. I just wasn't ready to just jump straight in off the bat. I had to really
and I waited.
Figure out what it was. You asked me again.
I did.
And I wasn't ready again. But we never dated other people.
Nope.
We always dated each other.
Yep.
We never were what you call it? Not exclusively dating, but we were never open. We never was open. We always just talked to each other.
Yeah, that was it.
Even though we wasn't a couple. You know how people...
You know how people talk to...
But they still talk to other people
while they
still
talk to
wasn't
we
talking to nobody else.
It was just us.
That's my dude. But
so that's why I'm like, hello.
Not my dude.
What you trying to do, bro? Like, come on.
Then he asked me again. It was like the 4th time, and everybody was like, "Are you crazy? Like, what you doing?" I was like, "Girl, I don't know." Then it kind of got like, "Girl, okay, like you trying it now."
And then one morning we woke up.
I woke up one morning, and I can't remember what the dream was, but I was feeling real lovey-dovey when I woke up, and I went to the store, and I made them brunch.
Yeah.
And I've searched the store for about an hour looking for a card. And I found a card, and it was talking about 2 dudes being boyfriends. And I was like, it was only one. I'm buying this card. This is the card I've been looking for. So I got the card, and I bought the stuff, and I went home, and we made brunch. And I gave him the card.
And I was shocked.
And it said, yes, I will be your boyfriend.
That's all it said. And here we are.
We talked a lot.
We talked a lot.
I think her plan backfired.
It
I think
definitely
initially
backfired.
she was supposed to just be the friend that got me back for her friend.
My
And
friends
then I
were
was
upset.
Yeah, they were. Because I didn't, your best friend did not like me for a long time. And then we talked all the time after that.
They were really annoyed by me.
And then we started dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going over to her best friend's house, and it was always like this weird little attitude, and I was just like, somebody's upset. Didn't really care. But did you ever think that that was like my plan, like how I'm gonna make her fall for me? She thought she was gonna get my butt.
No.
I should have said that was my plan.
I mean, there was a goal. And it was reached.
It wasn't my plan. Like, I had no clue. That's kind of funny. I think you just recently told me that, actually. That you really were just talking to me to get back at me. Well, her for your friend.
It was so childish.
Exactly.
It was so long ago. It was so childish and immature.
It was cool. We talked we talked a lot. Like we went back and forth talking on the phone and
FaceTiming every
each
day.
other and things. So we kind of just got a chance to know each other. And we didn't stay in the same state at the time.
Right,
so,
I was in Tennessee.
Yeah, so we traveled back and forth to visit each other. And I think you kind of just know. You be around somebody, you see how they live, you get to kind of like know them. And so it's like, all right, let's try this thing out, I guess.
She just wouldn't leave me alone.
What?
I tried to curb her for a while, you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause she was cute and everything, but, you know, she all like popping and shit. So I was just like, you know, I ain't gonna fuck with her like that. But she was like down to earth, and you know, after time, I just was like, all right, I'll give it a shot or something.
It was the way he treated me. You know, it was I've been with a lot of other guys before, and it was just kind of different. It was different. I never really nobody treated me the way he did. Nobody kind of stepped up to the plate like he did. You know, like, hey, you know, texting me consistently, always trying to figure out what I'm doing, making sure I'm okay. You know, just kind of things that you're supposed to do when you're, you know, trying to court somebody, you know, or trying to get to know somebody. But, you know, you don't get that in, you know, this new age of dating. So it was just kind of different. And I was like, okay, I like this. Why not, you know, see what it's about? So
in the beginning, I was a little apprehensive because I remember he did something cute one day. Like, we was at the house and he was like, oh, so I guess you're my boyfriend. And I was like, no. And I was just, because I'm real, like, I don't want to lead people in the wrong direction or whatever. And it wasn't that I wasn't interested. It was just I was a little apprehensive because, one, we had a work relationship. Two, not only our work relationship, it was the relationship with other people and what they would perceive of it. Yeah. And so for me, it being my company, you know, I had to be a little precautious with that. And then, like he said, he was talking to somebody that I knew very well. And ironically, I didn't have an issue with it because I actually had to crush on the person he was talking to too. So
it was a little scary.
I've had a crush on this person for a while, and this person knows, but it was alright. So I wasn't mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't even see the person's competition because I'm like, really, we can just all, you know, but no. So, you know, I was a little apprehensive, but ultimately, I think it was about, like, after he asked me or whatever, I stalled for, I think, a good 20 or 30 days.
It was to the point where I was over his house all the time. We were literally sleeping together almost every single day. So, you know, it just gets to a point about what are we, you know, and it just gets to that point. And I'm not a person who likes to fiddle around and, you know, whatever. I want to know. I want to know what it is because if we not, we not. If we are, we are. And if we something between, just let me know, you know. So I definitely popped that little question or put that little bug in his ear before he said anything. So
I'm bisexual, and so for me in the past, guys honestly have always been commercial breaks in between women. And so for a long time, I never saw myself dating a dude. And then, you know, I got to a place in life, like my grandma had passed, I was in a real vulnerable place, met somebody, ended up in a relationship, and that was like my first relationship with a guy, but it wasn't the right relationship. And so I was a little teeter-tottering on, do I go back to my old way of thinking, you know, and just, you know, do what I do, and then when I find the right girl, I make that commitment again, or what? And so after, you know, the time we spent with each other in New Orleans or whatever, like I said, I'm just attracted. I mean, obviously, I feel like he's sexy as hell, but I'm attracted to people with talent. You know what I'm saying? To have ability and, you know, art and, you know, and just, you know, and so I was so more attracted to that and his potential and what he could be and what we could be. And so I guess I kind of saw our future, you know what I'm saying? Before anything else, and that's what made me like really step to the plate and say, okay, you know what, we're gonna do this. I don't want anybody else to have this. I want this to be mine. So I'm over the top.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm over the top with everything. So I think we went to dinner.
We went to dinner and then we went to the Ferris wheel.
Oh, we went to the Ferris wheel and then we got to the top of the Ferris wheel.
He asked me if it was gonna be together and I agreed, and that's history.
Yeah.
For me, it was more so a feeling. It just was really natural, and with this relationship, that's when I came out to everyone because I just felt like, okay, this is the one, so why not? For me, like, I was kind of going on my abstinence route. By the time I met her, I probably was like on year 3. And I don't know, it's just when it came to meeting her, it was just something different. Like, it's hard to really describe. You feel different. You start seeing things differently. And I'm just saying, like, you know, some people be saying like love at first sight, but I also feel like that too when you make the connection with somebody that's supposed to be your life partner. It's just it's something different. You can't really describe that. So,
cause like when she was coming over, she was like we was spending time together and John like we was linking, we was vibing. Like it was just like I was hanging with myself, you know. So it was just like I got a best friend here, so I might as well keep her around. And then like I feel like that a little attraction, and we went there, you know.
There.
I just felt like it was good. I feel like it was the right timing. It was the perfect moments. It was just, he's sweet. Very thoughtful.
I felt the same way about him. Like this after even when we left the park together, and we had a whole conversation as he walked to get his lift, and I was walking to meet up with a friend. So, and that conversation was just I felt it was right.
So what had happened was we never really dated. We went on a couple of dates, but when she was interested, I purposely was trying to scare her away because I was not interested in being serious. I was like, I'm dating like 3 people. She was like, okay, I'll be here when they leave. Right? Super cocky. And I was like, whatever. So long story short, on her birthday last year, I asked her to escort me to a party, and my dad, she had my dad and my sister-in-law and all of them there. She came down and she proposed. She said, I know you said you don't want a girlfriend. What about a wife? And that's kind of how that happened. We've been engaged ever since. So we never really dated. I think she just got tired of my BS and was like, you my woman. We gonna be together. And I couldn't help but respect it. It was a beautiful proposal. My dad was there. My sister was there. It was absolutely beautiful. It made me cry, and it takes a lot to make me cry. So that's how I knew. I was like, oh man, I gotta marry her. So that's kind of what happened. I respected that. You know, she knew I had been in a relationship for a long time and didn't get proposed to, and it was a lot of things that she knew, and she was like, well, we ain't doing that. So that's kind of what happened.
The thing that really made me know that this was the person was everything that I ever asked for, anything that I had ever prayed for. It was, you know how you have that thing you want in a person? She was everything. Like, I always prayed for somebody that could sing, somebody that was serious, somebody that was funny, someone caring, loving, and she's all of that. So it was no question. It was like the space in life that I was in when we started talking. It was just like I had never felt anything like that before. The attention, everything. It was just like it was almost like she fell out the sky. So I kind of was just like, yeah, this is it. And the kicker is my daughter loves her, like, and she loves her back. It's like that's never happened because she like me. She don't talk to people. She don't care. It's hi, bye, whatever. But these two, they be laughing and talking and they call each other. And my child ain't never told nobody she loved her ever. They just,
I'm dope, duh. Of course she loves me. And I love her, of course.
How did you know you wanted to date me?
all right, I'd be joking, but I'd be serious, and I'd be like, this girl walked into my life as my wife. Like, first of all, boom, story time. When I walked in the door, she opened the door. I'm like, God damn, this girl is so beautiful. But she like set the mood in the house. You know what I mean? Like she just set the mood.
Still thirst trapping.
For real, I'm 100, but like perfect, right? So I'm just like, man, she probably do this for everybody. But anyways, we sat, we talked, we drank. We really just, I don't know. First of all, on my way down here, you were like trying to figure out what you need to make my favorite drink at the time.
Yeah.
And then made sure she got me some food, even though I was driving, I could have stopped. Like just some stuff, and I'm just like, all right, she kind of cute. And then when I came here, it was just kind of like, bro, this is perfect. But then we stayed up and just talked and played some games. And I'm just like, the chemistry I felt was there, but she was probably playing on emotions or what have you. But I felt connected to this person. And the first time that we met, I was drawn to her, but I could not speak to her. Like, I didn't want to disrespect my previous partner. So I didn't. So now I'm just like, I don't feel like I really got the chance to get to know you. And then that's when we came here, and it was just kind of like, I feel so comfortable, so safe, so I just feel like me in your presence. And it's weird because we literally just met. And after spending the next day that wasn't planned here, and we were low-key kind of booed up. She probably still playing on emotions. She thinks she a player. And then the next day, I stayed again, and I'm just like, I genuinely like being with you. Like, I don't want to be by myself with anybody else. Like, I want to be with you and experience things with you. And so I kind of knew from our first experience, I don't believe in love at first sight. I believe in love at first experience. And I feel like from there, I'm just like, this is who I want to be with forever, ever.
I'm still trying to figure it out. No. When did I realize that I wanted to be with you? That's such a good question, because I'm trying to, like, initially, really, like, I wasn't taking us as serious as, like, she, like, where she's like, oh, it was, you know, experience at first, whatever. I didn't feel like
She tried to play me, y'all. She tried to play me.
I didn't feel like that, but at the time, I was also, like, juggling other people. I was trying to, like, I was actually trying to break away from them, too, and just kind of, like, do my own thing. So I was just kind of, like, I don't need to invite anyone else into my space. I'm trying to get rid. I'm trying to unload some baggage, not pick some up. But when she came down the first time, I was just kind of like, oh, she's intense. I liked her. But I thought she was, like, intense, like, too intense for me and maybe too controlling for me. And so did my friends. And so I was like, yeah, this is, like, I thought it'd be, like, a fun little cool, we'd hook up maybe if, you know.
I'm in the city.
You know, we'd hang out or whatever. But it wasn't until she actually moved in where I was like, this is the person I want to be with.
I dropped everything. I was like, girl, we gonna do this because I don't want nobody else.
It's true.
I see this. Like, I see where we could go. I see what we can accomplish. I see the empire we can build. I can see the relationship we can have, the love that we have, the chemistry that we have. I don't want anybody else to have this. So I was like, hey, girl, March 1st, I'm coming down.
I came to see it. But it wasn't.
She was like, can you take me on the... Oh, that's another question. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't want her to just move in, and we had never gone on a date.
She's like, can you take me on a date first before you move in? Like a real date. And I was just like, all right, cool. So I planned this whole date.
It was really cute. So what was our first date?
What was our first date?
I think we went to the movies. Did we?
I don't remember which movie.
I can't remember that movie because we barely watched the movie, but we definitely went to the movies. Yeah.
Why did we barely watch the movie?
We were just busy there.
You're fast.
I don't remember the movie, but that was our first date, and I think we went to eat somewhere.
Yeah, we did.
I can't remember. What happened?
Okay, so what was our first date this time?
This time, what's still have a bad memory. I don't know. What was our first date?
It was here. Was it after one of my fashion shows? Or the first time you came down, we went to Cirque. I remember that because I got dressed up, and it was like on one of my off days. Yeah, I remember.
No.
You remember it's horrible. What do you remember? Tell me one of your favorite dates.
Every date is my favorite date.
You're such a Casanova.
No, it is always my favorite.
Okay, so give me an actual date.
Any time that I wear my friend is great for me.
I guess okay, I know our first date. Well, what do you think the first date is? Because I know what the real first date is, but I want, these questions are so interesting. I want to hear what his answers are. So what do you think the first date was?
First date? I can't. I remember when he asked me out, or when we made it official. That's what I remember that date. And that was the Ferris wheel. But I'll let you tell me what our first date was.
I think our first date, and I'm hoping that it didn't happen. I think it happened before, and it did happen before. I think it happened before. But for me, our first date was I surprised him and took him to New Orleans.
Oh.
Because he wanted to audition for this singing show, and it had already come to Atlanta or whatever, and so they had to stop in New Orleans. I had never been to New Orleans before. He had never been to New Orleans, so I surprised him and took him to New Orleans. And he auditioned or whatever, but we just had like a great time in New Orleans. Like, it was amazing. Like, we came up with the title to his album in New Orleans. Yeah. We wrote a song together.
It was, I guess you could say that would. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. New Orleans, that's fine.
Yeah, and then after New Orleans, we got back, and I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I want to do this.
Probably the first time we like met up.
Was that a date?
No, I don't know. I mean, we went out to eat, and like, you know, she did a drawing for me, so she gave me my drawing, and we kind of kicked it and kind of chilled for a nice few hours.
We went to this like Jamaican spot.
Yep. But then outside,
that's when you
Bahama Breeze.
That's when you start hitting on me though.
I did not.
That's when you really start hitting on me.
That is funny.
And you kind of made that aware.
Oh man, I don't know. Was that considered our first date though?
You just trying to make it a date.
I guess. I was trying to make it a date.
I think we just went to Daiquiri Factory for the first date. Wasn't that the first date?
I think
you was wearing like the all black. You had your those pants on. It wasn't like a French type. Yeah. And you said you never been to Daiquiri Factory before, and we just kept it simple because I think that was probably like by the second week of us talking. So yeah.
And I just never let her go home from there.
Really didn't. Because, like, during our first year together, I probably made it to my apartment maybe, like, 4 times.
I know we ate.
Yes.
It probably was...
We went
Was it Longhorn?
It was Longhorn.
It was Longhorn. It was Longhorn. And my food was trash.
And he was so shocked I paid for the bill.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, what you doing? Because I was going to pay for it.
We were on a date. That's what
I was going to pay for mine or whatever.
Real dudes do, you know.
But, you know, I was prepared. I had my coin.
You did have your coins, but I paid for it.
And I was shocked. And I was like...
It really was. It was like...
What you doing? Oh, okay. That was cute. Yeah, I remember that. That was
yeah.
Longhorn. Yeah, we don't need to go there no more.
This your one. You want to do this one? Because you just...
Our first date, we went to OHOP.
OHOP was OHOP?
Yeah, we went to OHOP, which is breakfast IHOP, top of the
International House of Pancakes.
So we went, and when I picked her up, I was like, this girl got on heels and stuff, and we just going to eat. Like, what? But she was so ladylike. It was just like, I ain't gonna say what I was used to, but
I was gonna say it, but I think this is a family show.
She was just used to thoughts. I'll say that. Is that safe?
Okay, we'll use that word.
We'll use a thought.
I don't want to use no curse words. But yeah, it was, it was just total opposite. And we went and we ate and we laughed and we had fun. And afterwards, it was just like, I was driving home like, wow, this is weird. And then the next time it was like, so she do this all the time. This ain't like this is just her. This is not a club thing or we just going out. And so I was just.
I should have knew then too, because I'm such a sucker for food. First dates, when you feed me, it's always really good. That's a good idea. She didn't want to take me to the movie. She was like, let's eat. I was like, I think I love you. You want to feed me? I love this. All right. Our first date, I was like really, what's the word? Anxious. Like I'm really like, I get in my head when it comes to like planning stuff because I don't feel like I can actually plan really good things. So I didn't know what to do with this girl. I mean, like her interests are like all over the place, for real. Her education is all over the place. Like things she's interested is all over the place. But I still felt like anything I did could be wrong, you know? So I was like, all right, let me do something cute, but like not over the extreme. And so we ended up, what was planned was we were supposed to go to this nice restaurant and eat some really good food. And we didn't make it there.
Was my fault?
It was her fault. Definitely her
I
fault.
had drill.
That wasn't drill. You was getting dressed.
No, yeah, but I think I had drill. No, I had our first date. I think I had drill that weekend, and I came home and immediately started getting dressed.
Either way, we were late, so we didn't go to dinner. And then after that, we went to the Skyline, the Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel.
Yeah, downtown. That was cute, but I didn't get like the cheap one. No offense to y'all who did the cheap one. We got the
all-inclusive package.
Yeah, so she said, we walked up to the front. They took us all the way to the front. She said she felt like VIP. Like, it was this really cute, like, setup.
Everyone's staring, like, who are these people? And I'm in, like, fur or something, like, I don't know. It was cold outside, but I'm still, like, in heels and this cute little, like, skirt that kind of opens, but I'm wearing fur at the same time. And then she just looks serious all the time. So everyone's like, who are they? What are they doing? What's happening? And I'm just like, what is happening?
Yeah, so then we did that. And then afterwards, we finished the night at Apache Lounge.
Yeah, I like Apache.
And
that was perfect.
Spoken word, like live.
She wrote me a poem.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to perform, right? I was just there trying to enjoy the time. I was like, damn, I missed performing or whatever. So she gets up, tells the lady that I was going to perform. So I'm like, I said that I would, but I didn't want to get up to ask the lady because I felt like they had a lineup.
Exactly. And so I got up and I was like, hey, do you guys have room for one more performer? And she was like, actually, one of our people dropped. Like, she's not here or whatever. So if they got something ready, then they could take that slot. And I was like, I'll be right back.
It was at this moment I knew that I could never bring this up again. Like, if I'm in a space and I really don't want to perform, not to bring it up because she's going to make sure I do it. But, yeah, so I didn't want to go through any of my old stuff. So I literally just wrote a whole poem on spot and recited it to her. And it ended with, like, thanks for making this a great first date or something. It was really cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. It was like standing ovation. Really
cute. Yeah, and that was our first date.
It's perfect. It was a pretty perfect first date, for sure.
Yes.
Bullshit. It was definitely a relationship before we had sex. We got in a relationship after my birthday. No, we were in a relationship before my birthday.
I don't know.
We were in a relationship before my birthday, and I gave you my butt after my birthday because you gave me a promise ring for Valentine's Day. I remember.
I don't know about that, but probably that's what happened. That was a long time ago. It probably did happen that way. It probably did happen that way.
I definitely say a relationship came first. I feel like we got to know each other before we Is that what that means? Like, is that more like?
I think sex came first because even when we was like just talking, neither one of us was like committed like to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, sex came first.
You
friendship and then sex, and then, you know.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Do you want to answer that?
Sex.
The sex definitely came first. Like I said, when I got on the app, I wasn't looking for something long term per se. So, yeah.
Because you
I
had
don't want to
just
be the one to admit that, but yeah, the sex came first.
yeah, because you had just moved back from Nigeria,
Yeah.
and it's almost interesting how stuff just aligns because we both had created the app around the same time. We hadn't even had the app for a week. We started conversing probably like by the second or third day of us being on that app.
And that was it.
If you were abstinent before you guys got together, why did you break that before you were in a relationship?
It just felt right. Like before I even met her and just said I'm pretty much really just making time for me and finding myself, I was just like let me just be single. I enjoy my company anyways, and it's going to really take an amazing person to really change that, you know, to add on to my life. Because it wasn't like it was something where I needed somebody to complete me. I was already complete, so I was just living life, really. And when she came around, I don't know, it was just natural. And it wasn't anything rushed. It didn't feel like it was anything forced. It just naturally happened. I couldn't help but to open up to her.
Don't make me sappy on camera, please.
Well, sex.
Yes. Indeed.
Oh, honey, I had to test drive that car before I bought it out the lot. Period. You can't just buy a car without driving it first.
This is a new day and age. You can't just.
No.
Well, you said we wasn't in a relationship first, so yeah.
What came first, babe? You was in a relationship with me. I clearly wasn't with you. She was in a relationship. I was smashing. So
Okay, so we smashed first.
We definitely smashed first. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh man, maybe I can be in a relationship. But I can't even say a relationship came first. An engagement came first because we were just talking and then we just got engaged. So
I don't know. Okay.
Well, definitely sex.
No,
because
no.
You're gonna say relationship, but technically you said that you didn't feel like we was in a relationship
No,
for
that's
real
not what I
until I
said.
moved.
I didn't take you as serious. But I feel like we didn't have sex before we established that we were going to be together.
This is true.
And so
we didn't have sex the first time I came down. But we definitely had sex the second time, which was like the next week.
we had sex after we established that, you know what, you're who I want to be with and you're who I want to be with. And let's just go for it. So I would say relationship came and then sex.
I agree. I can't disagree with that.
I think it seems like sex first because we were still feeling each other out because we jumped.
We did.
We like super duper jumped, and so it still felt like, do I know you? Do I know you? But here you are, you know, tossing me on the table. So it's like that kind of thing.
Are we doing that?
No.
Yeah. So I can agree with that.
I'm a good girl. Okay, next.
don't cheat. No, I'm kidding. I would say let the mistakes that you make be mistakes that you can fix. Don't ever let it be something that you're gonna regret. Lack of communication, that's something that can be fixed. When you break someone's trust, that's like the hardest thing ever to come back from or to try to rehash or revisit. Certain things you cannot fix. Certain things you can. Breaking her nail, breaking her favorite phone, breaking her laptop. Okay, yeah, y'all will argue, but once you break someone's trust, like
It is hard.
it's super hard. It's not like impossible to fix, but it's super duper hard.
Yeah. Well, I think you can fix it. Just you gotta understand why. But I would just say communication is most important. Loyalty, respect, friendship.
Definitely.
Yeah.